barmy badger army, welcome to another Beano review. Today we are going to be doing Beano number 4097. Yes, we're only 3 issues away from a big landmark there, which I think is insane, and it's got a lovely little note there saying it's the children's magazine of the year. I think that's great. There's awesome Mario Kart prices there, and there's also weather warning, joke-nados, Hanny takeover, and where's Ellis? That elusive elephant, eh? Right, we start off with the boss of the week as always, chilling out with Dennis and Gnasher, which I think is really fun. That's always worth looking into. Yes, Penarth is the Beano boss, so do check that out. Right, now this week, Minnie the Minx is just hilarious. I think that's a great little one this week. It is cycle to work day, and you can imagine, Beano seems to be doing this whole thing of reinventing the trapdoors and some weird and wonderful things happening in the town, and this is fantastic. You know, obviously the other week, Dennis's mum and dad turned the house into a sort of gothic castle full of traps. Well, the town is now being overtaken by Cruncher and his gang, and they have been putting out traps and all sorts of stuff on the road and blockading it. And look at that, so Cruncher and that are stopping them get through. It reminds me of an old school film called BMX Bandits. If you've never seen that, I recommend it. Now, look at Minnie's dad's new ride there. I think that's fantastic. And we've got a brief history of the different things to do with train stations and why there's such a lot of open road, which is really interesting. Thanks for that, Beano. I didn't know that. But yeah, like, I think it's hilarious how you've got all the different things happening there. And of course, you know, there's a brief scene where they're trapped in the woods, aka Blair Witch. Dennis's dad is very pleased that he did not ride to work. And I love how they're adding all these different touches in and putting all the different characters in to each of the different comic strips. And what I have noticed lately as well, and you probably have too, is that there's interconnecting storylines, and it really makes it more of an easier read as well, and it's more fun because you get that whole shared universe vibe. I think that's great. And of course Minnie is in trouble with Dad and of course the boss as well. And I love how they don't actually know his real name. They just call him Minnie's dad. So that was quite funny. And the new annual's out soon. Hopefully I'll be able to do a review on that very soon. Right, here we go. Ha Ha's Joke Shop, which is really fun because they're most of them are at camp and stuff like that, so how do they get on without them? Oh dear, so they're up to mischief and they're sort of sending in jokes and things like that via the phones on the camp and stuff like that. It's mad. Brat for sale and all that sort of stuff. Brait for sale, oh dear. But yet, they can't get away with it. There's still pranks going on. It's hilarious stuff. And of course, don't do any pranks without being supervised by at least someone semi-sensible. Oh dear. Right, here we go. At the Prank Academy. Right, here we go. Now, this one always made me laugh. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I use a plastic Christmas tree. But on the years, there was one year we used a real Christmas tree, and trust me, I empathise with Dennis's dad here. It took us ages to get rid of it. I don't even know how we got rid of it in the end, but there was pine needles everywhere. Yeah. It was horrendous.
It was actually horrendous.
It was. So we're only going to be using the fake ones from now on. But yeah, they go on a trip to the dump to try and get rid of the Christmas tree in August. So that was quite fun. And of course, it's just one of these things where all different things happening and they really upset the man at the tip. But yes, look at this. They're up to mischief here, look at that. And of course, the only way to get rid of it is for Gnasher to eat it. And then the year after, we're jumping forward in time, they end up chucking it into the Beano volcano. Oh dear. So that always made me chuckle. Right, here we go. There's a new thing on the website, which is like a boom fart box, I believe. I haven't tried that yet, but it looks quite fun. Badger Jr. needs to have a go at that. Now, Calamity James, the unluckiest boy in the world, gets caught up in a maze, and he's got a lovely, lovely egg and pilchard sandwich, which I do not recommend. But if you have ever tried an egg and pilchard sandwich, comment below and let me know what it's like. But yeah, oh, I leave a trail of breadcrumbs. So they're looking around, they're having to leave the trail of breadcrumbs everywhere and all sorts of stuff. And of course the monsters and all the man-eating plants eat all the pilchard sandwich and leave him there. And Alex the lemming has to find their way out. I don't know why, but I forgot it was a lemming for a while. I thought it was just a normal dog, but it's a lemming, isn't it? But yeah, they sort of find their way out. I love how there's little in-jokes with the lemming and how he drinks like fizzy milk and all sorts of stuff like that. I think it's very fun. The little details in Calamity James really make it what it is. So pick me up juice going through his ear and all sorts of stuff like that.
Comic, I saw. What? I actually saw.
Yeah, what did you see?
In Calamity James section, someone was looking for fizzy milk.
Okay.
They were rather stupid, like a sausage or one, a sausage.
Oh, okay. Oh dear. But yes, Calamity James finally makes it out of the maze with Mumsy having a nap. But yeah, and this week in Numbskulls, obviously it's the summer half term, it's the summer term, and Brain wants a week off. So he goes and spends a bit of time with Gnasher. But as soon as the replacement Brainy does well and does a lot better at fixing PCs and doing kickflips on the skateboard, he's like, what? And wants to come back. So that's really funny. He's like, get out of my brain, it's my job. So that was a nice little sketch there, definitely. Oh dear. But yeah, Ruby's Screwtop Science. It's nice to see a storyline actually involving Pieface. Usually he's just like a supporting character. I don't remember if he's ever had his own strip on there, but it's nice that he has got his a big storyline here, and he's literally scoffing loads and loads of replicated pies from a different machine, and they're all sorts of different flavours and all sorts of different things like vanilla ice cream and things like that. And I think some of the bad ones, spinach and cheese, some of these flavours aren't too bad. I think it's more of the fact that he's eaten loads, so he's vomiting profusely in the toilet. Poor little scoundrel. And yet, so it just shows you, even if you can eat replicated pies, you shouldn't eat loads. That's the moral message there. If someone offers you infinite pies, you've got to know the limit. Oh dear. And of course, there is a word search there, which I'll be doing later on at some point, no doubt. Looks very fun. And fantastically, they carry on the Bash Street Kids with them being at Camp Grizzly still. I'm not too sure how many episodes they're going to do at Camp Grizzly, but it's really fun so far. And you've got the first morning technically, which is interesting. So I don't know how many days they're going to be there, but they get woken up at 5 AM and they're not very impressed by this. So they go up to all sorts of mischief, hunting around for tracks. And of course the Bash Street Pups are there. Big shout out to them. It's great to see them in the comic again. Yet the Bash Street Pups. And they're running around trying to follow all sorts of different tracks. And they get the camp official, Mr. Grizzly, in the drink. He's in the water there, so then they managed to go back and have a nap. And I'm guessing it is a few hours later, it's probably 9 AM still, even by the end of the strip, so they're obviously glad to go back to bed. Oh dear. I think this one's great. Now, of course, Dangerous Dan is fantastic this week. The prefect is posing as an ice cream man, and he is obviously up to mischief. Dan's sister has a mind control ice cream, so he quickly gets revenge on the prefect and gets him to eat it himself by blowing it into his face, and then obviously saving his sister, and he's getting the prefect in jail. I thought that was a nice little strip this week. Yep. Roger the Dodger is obviously not in the mood to go on a day trip. They don't mention where actually, but I'm guessing it was somewhere boring because he dodges out of it and ends up back home. Well, he's messed about with the sat-nav and they were in a massive calm. You know, there's loads and loads of traffic jams, and that obviously follows on from Minnie the Minx as well. So that's interesting how they're all in the traffic jam on the way out somewhere. Yeah, but Roger manages to dodge it and gets back home. You've got the menacing cutouts. I think that's great. This one's got to be my favourite because it harkbacks to Dennis's proper sort of title. Instead of it being Unleashed, it's Menace on Board, and there's Dennis there, which I think is great. So there's a little nod to the old school name there. This car is powered by Dad's pumps. I'm sure Badger Jr. would tell you I have terrible wind. Oh dear. And Angel Facing Investigates is on the hunt for Ellis, which is always fun. And yeah, JJ is up to mischief with the football, as it's technically still ish football season. So there you go, that's how you just finished. And now we've got the Olympics, of course. And where's Ellis? You have to hunt Beano Town's lovable escaped friend of Dennis, the elephant. Right, here you go. Now this is one of my favourites. This is Bananaman. This is my second favourite strip of the week. We've got Minnie the Minx and of course Bananaman are my top favourites this week. Bananaman is up to mischief with General Blythe. They do have like a frenemy thing going on now, don't they? And General Blythe writes up a sign and it does all sorts of different things. It's a special sign where whatever he writes can be created. And Weatherman is not very amused because obviously he picks all these different bits of weather and all sorts of stuff. So it's a cloudy day in Beano Town, it's a lovely day in Beano Town, so you can control the weather. And of course Weatherman is not very amused after him making Bananaman hop on a leg and punching him in the face. Oh dear. Weatherman gets revenge by roasting General Blythe to a crisp by zapping him from the clouds. And he's like, this is my gig, I'm the Weatherman. Which I thought was fun. You've got the Joke-nado, which is always cool. I love a Joke-nado. Lots of fun jokes there. And of course you've got Betty the Yeti this week, which is always fun. Oh dear. Not a cloud in the sky. And Betty and Yeti get up to the usual adventures. It looks like Yeti's near enough smashing down the whole house trying to get a fly. So that's insane, isn't it? It's safe on the cloud. But yeah, there you go. It's not a real cloud, but there you go. So they've got up to mischief, and then someone flying over Beano Town looks to see the dog on the screen, which I think is hilarious. I wonder if they're from Dandy Town or somewhere similar. Right, here we go. So it's interesting. But yeah, that was quite a fun little strip. But yeah, nice little video there as well of Betty's dog. Oh dear. But yeah, the Be More Beano section was always fun. And of course you've got Billy Whiz up to his usual antics. There you go. Whizzing about, inadvertently ruining the picnic because he's eaten so much and he was tired fixing everything up. Oh dear, poor Billy. He tried his best, but he was so hungry that he ate all the family picnic. I don't think they're impressed with that, somehow. And you got another fun gnasher and nipper strip, which was always good. And it looks like they finally all made it to the barbecue and stuff like that, which is cool. Perhaps that's where they were going with the traffic jam, but there you go. So you got all the dads up to mischief, doing the barbecue, and gnasher and nipper creating a massive cloud of smoke, trying to nick all the sausages. Where's the butcher when you need them? Hopefully he'll be still open and they can grab some more. Oh dear. Yeah, so they get up to mischief, creating dry ice and allowing them to nick all the delicious sausages. So yeah, this week definitely Bananaman was one of my favourites, and you got the fantastic Dennis the Menace and Gnasher Unleashed, of course, and of course Minnie the Minx was fun this week, really made me chuckle. So yeah, those are my top 3 strips this week, definitely fun. Attack of the Corny Jokes next week, which will be hilarious, so do check that out. That is going to be issue 4098. Wow, that's mad. So yeah, and of course you've got Nodal Callisti, which looks quite fun, so do check that one out as the bonus strip of the back. Right, thanks very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you're new. If you enjoyed that, let me know in the comments. Do you read the Beano? Hit me up in the comments and say hi. And what was your favourite strip of either last week's or this week's comic book? Let me know in the comments. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now, Barmy Badger Army. See you later. Keep safe, keep well. Much love, everyone, and I'll see you in the next vlog, video, or stream. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.